Welcome to Ranger Stories. My name is Tennyson E. Stead. I am the creator of Jump Rangers. And this is the show where I am the, what's that? I'm the creator and author of Jump Rangers, if Looney would like you to know. And this is the show where I read things that I'm writing in the Jump Rangers universe and probably edit and discuss them for your viewing pleasure. Today we're reading Jump Rangers, a game called Conquest, Chapter 23. If you'd like to catch up on previous episodes of Ranger Stories, you can find those episodes on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/at Jump Rangers. Let's begin. Knowing that you've lost the trust of people you're supposed to admire, that's maybe the worst feeling I can think of. What's funny is that Admiral Pax has lost our trust before we lost his. Now we're sitting in an abandoned public transit station in the ruins of some old place called Tokyo while we wait for High Command to come and talk with us about the things we're planning to do. Okay, this is a bit of a long sentence. Let's just spit it out and see if it works. Now we're sitting in an abandoned public transit station in the ruins of some old place called Tokyo while we wait for High Command to come and talk with us about the things we're planning to do, when High Command let Sudro Paxis talk them out of helping us with the Admiral in the first place. When it was High Command who let Sudro Paxis talk them out of helping us with the Admiral in the first place. Hmm. Okay, we're going to rewrite this a little bit. Now that the commander's, what's it called when you throw a cheap shot? What's that? What's a word for a cheap shot that a kid might use? That's what I'm trying to think of. Now that the commander's sucker punched. Okay. Okay. Knowing that you've lost the trust of people you're supposed to admire, that's maybe the worst feeling I can think of. What's funny is that Admiral Paxis lost our trust before we lost his. Now we're sitting in an abandoned public transit station in the ruins of some old place called Tokyo while we wait for High Command. We asked High Command for help, and they talked us into giving Sudro Paxis a chance. We asked High Command for help, and they talked us into letting Pseudopaxis be the help we needed. After the commander sucker punched us with a screamer and threw us in prison, the sergeant and I find ourselves debating just how far we can trust the High Commanders. The sergeant and I found ourselves debating just how far we could trust the High Commanders. Lots of doubt to go around. Lots of doubt to go around. In times like these, there's lots of doubt to go around. Still, it's the fate of the world we're talking about. If the sergeant and I aren't willing to give High Command a chance to talk things through with us, why are we even jump rangers? Maybe they'll help. If they side with Admiral Paxis, Scrap can get us out of there. If they side with Admiral Paxis, Scrap was ready. If they sided with Admiral Paxis, Scrap was ready to help us. Scrap was ready to jump us out. So long as the sergeant and I figured out what was going on before someone pops a screener on us, yeah, that's all we needed. We don't need that second. This is a little bit messier, it looks like. This might take us a minute, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. So, in the meantime, we waited. Flicker. So it says, still, it's the fate of the world. Still, the fate of the world hinged on the yeah, it is. Ipuluni says, so it's a little choppy, huh? And that's what I replied to. Still. Still, what the sergeant and I still. Deciding the fate of the Earth isn't something you should do alone. If the sergeant and I aren't willing to give High Command a chance to talk things through, then why are we even jump rangers? Maybe they'll help. If they chose to pick sides, if they choose to pick sides with Admiral Paxis, Scrap was ready to jump us out. In the meantime, we waited. Flickering from Uncle Slappy's to Alien City took us a moment. No, we don't need that. Getting from Paxis Base to the spaceport at Blister City takes a day at least. Even if High Command finds a mothership that's coming straight to Earth, which isn't all that likely, a jump from Planet Link to Planet Earth takes about a month. Takes a month. More likely, the Sergeant and I were going to be waiting closer to 6 weeks. Something else to think about is that Commander Paxis could be sending word from Soros about what the Sergeant and I did there and about what we're planning to do. We didn't even know when High Command would be getting to Paxis Base. If the commander gets word back to gets word to his people. If Commander Paxus gets word to his people, High Command could be captured and arrested the same way we were. Uncle Slappy could be put in jail. If the commander sends a scout from Soros to Earth, if the commander sends a scout to Earth, we could have soldiers from Hawk's Nest sweeping Alien City for High Command. From Hawk's Nest on Mars. Sends a scout to follow us. So, something else to think about is that Commander Paxus could be sending word from Soros about what the Sarge and I did there, and about what we're planning to do. We didn't even know when High Command would be getting back to Paxus Base. If Commander Paxus gets word to his people, High Command could be captured and arrested the same way we were. Uncle Slappy could be put in jail. Scouts from Hawk's Nest on Mars could be sweeping Alien City for High Command. Even if High Command gets free from Paxus Base, scouts from Hawk's Nest on Mars could be sweeping Alien City for them. Or for us. Even if High Command gets free from Paxus Base and makes their way here, scouts from Hawk's Nest on Mars could be sweeping Alien City for them. Or for us. You'd like to think there's no way that a colonist would ever go up against the Jump Rangers. You'd like to think that a whatever uh, you'd like to think there's no way that anyone from the colonies could pick up a weapon and